beautiful country of Chile is located in southwestern South America. Chile borders the South Pacific Ocean and lies between the countries of Argentina and Peru. Chile extends like a ribbon down the west coast of South America for approximately 3,000 miles, but averages only 109 miles wide. Chile is approximately 221 miles wide at its widest point and 40 miles wide at its narrowest point. It is nearly 300,000 square miles. Chile's history is not unlike that of many countries throughout time where there was one or more indigenous groups living peacefully only to be invaded and conquered by force by foreigners. One of the indigenous groups of Chile was and is still today the Mapuche. In the 15th century, Chile was invaded by the Incas. While the Incas managed to establish a stable presence in the territory they had gained in Chile, they were no match for the Mapuche who defeated the Incas' attempt to gain control in the Lake District. Less than a century later, a Spanish army attempted to gain control over the Mapuche and, after founding the city of Santiago, was able to establish a strong presence in the Lake District in 1541. It wasn't until 300 years later that Chile finally gained its independence from Spain in 1817, after 7 years of warfare. Chile's war for independence brought to the country a system of representative democracy. However, in 1971, Dr. Salvador Allende established in Chile a Marxist government. Allende made radical changes within the government, yet his efforts backfired on him and caused political crisis. In 1973, the United States CIA assisted General Augusto Pinochet Ugarte to seize power within the Chilean government. During General Pinochet's 15 years of power in the government, he often resorted to terror tactics. However, General Pinochet lost popularity and, in 1990, gave up his command to the rightfully elected president, Patricio Aylwin Alzate. Although today there continues to be some tension between the military and the government, Chile's government remains stable. Approximately 17.3 million people live in Chile. The country of Chile today has a diverse population. Its population is made up of mostly mestizos, who are descended from marriage between the Spanish colonizers and the indigenous people. There are also many indigenous groups, including the Aymara in the north and Mapuche, who inhabit the forested areas in the Lake District, as well as many people originating from almost every European country. There are also a significant number of Basques and Palestinians. Spanish is the official language of Chile. There are also quite a few indigenous languages, such as Mapudungun, which is spoken between the Atala and Tolten rivers, and Aymara, which is spoken in the mountains of the north. Chile is governed under the Constitution of 1981 as amended. It is a multi-party democracy with a directly elected president who is only allowed to serve one 4-year term. The bicameral legislature consists of a 38-seat Senate, whose members are elected to serve 8-year terms, and a 128-seat Chamber of Deputies, whose members are elected for 4 years. Administratively, Chile is divided into 13 regions. The current president of Chile is Sebastián Piñera. In addition to the president, there are about 25 other chiefs of state and cabinet members. Here are a few of the most prominent members of the government. Chile uses the peso as its currency. The current exchange rate of the peso to US dollars is 1 Chilean peso to 0.002099 of $1, which is basically less than a quarter of a cent. Chile's primary exports include copper, fruit, fish products, paper and pulp, wine, and chemicals. Chile's primary imports include petroleum, chemicals, electronics and telecom equipment, vehicles, natural gas, and industrial machinery. If you really want to explore Chile in all of its beauty, there are many interesting places you can visit. One of the most fascinating places in Chile is Easter Island. Here you will find the moai, which are known around the world as the stone heads. These heads are carved from island rock. The moai are seen all over the island and in different shapes, sizes, and stages of completion. There are even many heads left unfinished at the quarry site. No one knows exactly why these stone heads were carved, but evidence shows that they were carved by the ancestors of the present inhabitants. While some of these majestic stone heads look out toward the sea, most face inland to watch over the villages. Many of them were buried up to the shoulders and thereby appearing as disembodied heads. Although these heads stand tall today, all of the moai were toppled in tribal wars about 250 years ago, and beginning in the 1950s, most have been rebuilt to the present stature. If your travel plans include a visit to Easter Island, there are several different types of accommodations, from camping on the beach to staying at a nice hotel that suit every traveler's needs. Another beautiful place to visit is the village of San Pedro de Atacama. This quaint village is located in northern Chile near the borders of Bolivia and Argentina, and is considered one of Chile's key travel destinations. The village of San Pedro de Atacama is 1,667 kilometers north of Santiago, 2,438 meters above sea level, and 106 kilometers southeast from the mining city and airport of Calama. It is a tiny, dusty oasis village with unpaved streets that serves as a base for to explore the absolutely outstanding natural geographic beauty of the area. Although San Pedro de Atacama is considered a small, dusty village because of its beautiful scenery and geological features, it has attracted many luxury hotels. As a traveler, you can choose to stay in one of these modern abodes, or you can get closer to its roots and stay in a quaint adobe hut. Resting on an inland plain with the Andes glimmering in the distance, Santiago, the capital of Chile, is the fifth largest city in South America. Santiago is a city that seems destined for growth. The Mapuche destroyed it in 1541, only 6 months after Pedro de Valdivia founded it, but soon the Spanish were back and building it up again. Today, it is one of the most modern cities on the continent and home to nearly 5 million inhabitants, which is over a third of Chile's population. The city is one of the largest in South America and is Chile's center of commerce. Unlike Easter Island and San Pedro de Atacama, Santiago offers many luxury hotels in which to stay. Another beautiful place to visit in Chile is its Lake District. This region is the homeland of the Mapuche people. It is famous for its amazing scenery, including its deep blue mountain lakes, snow-capped mountains, and pristine forests. The Lake District covers two of Chile's regions, the 9th region, known as La Araucanía, and the 10th region, Los Lagos. The Lake District stretches from the Pacific to the Andes Mountains. Chile's Lake District is suitably named. There are 12 major lakes in the district, with dozens more dotting the landscape. Between the lakes, there are rivers, waterfalls, forests, thermal hot springs, and the Andes, including 6 volcanoes. The Lake District is a major highlight of many tours in Chile. The scenery has also been likened to that of Switzerland. El Tatio is ringed by volcanoes and fed by over 80 gurgling geysers and 100 gassy fumaroles. Contrary to popular opinion, it is not the world's largest geyser field, but the third largest. Visitors to the El Tatio geysers should be wary to watch their step because many have fallen through the thin crust into underlying pools of scalding water and suffered severe burns. The best time to see the geysers is 6 o'clock in the morning, so make sure you wipe the sleep from your eyes if you want to experience this awesome spectacle. Several famous people have originated from Chile. Gabriela Mistral was a notable feminist poet who is known for being the first Latin American to win the Nobel Prize for Literature. She received this award in 1945. Her work gained recognition due to its exploration on the idea of life and death, which was fueled by her challenging upbringing. Ivan Zamorano is a Chilean athlete best known for his outstanding football talent. He played for legendary football teams such as Inter Miami and Real Madrid, and is also known in the FIFA 100, which is a list of the best football players in. Other notable Chilean citizens are Cristel Kobrick and Nicano Parra. Young Miss Kobrick brought fame to Chile as one of its most famous swimmers. She is considered the best swimmer that has come from Chile and on the South American records for 800 and 1500 freestyle by the time she was 24 years old. Nicano Parra, an intriguing figure, is a poet who has gone against the grain and is known as an anti-poet. Mr. Parra is considered one of the most influential poets in Chile. From its ancient landscape to its modern cities, Chile is a magnificent and diverse South American country.